Commander Zekthor of the Vryn Dominion stood before the Galactic Council, his crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the dim blue light of the chamber. His 3 eyes scanned the assembled representatives, beings from 1,000 worlds, each more ancient and sophisticated than the last. Yet today they had summoned him to speak of the youngest species in known space, humanity. "Esteemed Council," Zekthor began, his translator converting his clicking mandibles into universal standard, "I come before you not in defeat but in warning. The quarantine zone around human space must remain absolute." A murmur rippled through the assembly. The elder of the Catharan Collective, a being of pure energy contained within a ceremonial vessel, pulsed with curiosity. "Commander, your fleet was the finest in the quadrant. Surely you do not suggest these humans pose a threat to civilizations millions of years their senior?" Zekthor's mandibles clicked in what humans might call a bitter laugh. "I suggest nothing, Elder. I state fact. 3 cycles ago, the Dominion decided to test human resolve. We believe their isolation was born of weakness, that their refusal to join the galactic community stemmed from primitive fear." He paused, his body language conveying something the translators struggled to capture. Shame mixed with awe. "We were catastrophically wrong." The chamber fell silent. Zekthor activated a holographic display, showing a star map with Earth at its center, surrounded by a sphere of empty space that no species had crossed in generations. When humans first achieved faster-than-light travel, they did something unprecedented, Zekthor continued. They listened. For 50 of their years, they observed our broadcasts, learned our languages, studied our wars and politics. And then, they made a choice. They erected a boundary, 100 light-years in all directions from their homeworld, and declared it sovereign human space. They asked only one thing: to be left alone. A reasonable request, noted Ambassador Threll of the Aqueous Reaches, her gill slits fluttering. "Why did you violate their border?" "Because we are fools," Zekthor said simply. "We saw a species that possessed no empire, claimed no vassal worlds, demanded no tribute. We interpreted restraint as inability. We believed their boundary was hope, not warning." His eyes dimmed. The Dominion sent 3 battle groups across their line. The orders were simple: remind humanity of their place in the cosmic hierarchy. The hologram shifted, showing sleek Vryn warships approaching a human outpost on the edge of their space, a small station orbiting an unremarkable moon. "They hailed us immediately," Zekthor recalled. "A single human, a female of their species, appeared on our screens. She wore no military uniform, bore no weapons. She identified herself as Station Keeper Chen. Do you know what she said?" He didn't wait for an answer. "She said, 'Turn back. This is your only warning.'" "You ignored her," the elder stated. "We laughed at her," Zekthor corrected. 3 battle groups, over 400 warships, against 1 station with perhaps 50 inhabitants. "Our admiral demanded surrender." Keeper Chen simply replied, "You were warned." Sherwin severed communications. The hologram showed what happened next, and several council members gasped despite themselves. The station didn't fire weapons. It didn't launch fighters. It simply moved. In violation of every known law of physics, it folded space and appeared simultaneously at 12 different coordinates surrounding our fleet. And then it spoke, not through communications arrays, but directly into the minds of every being aboard every ship. Zekthor's voice dropped to barely above a whisper. It said, "We are not protected by our weapons. We are protected by your fear of what we will become if you force us to build them." "Impossible," breathed the Catharan elder. "No species can manipulate space-time so casually, let alone develop telepathic broadcast technology." "They didn't develop it, Elder, they discovered it. Humanity spent those 50 years of observation doing more than watching us. They were learning from the universe itself. While we were perfecting plasma cannons, they were unraveling the fabric of reality. While we colonized planets, they were colonizing dimensions." The hologram showed Vryn ships beginning to simply stop, not explode, not malfunction, just cease moving, their crews unharmed but completely paralyzed. "Keeper Chen appeared in our flagship's bridge," Zekthor continued. "Not through teleportation. She was simply there, as if she had always been there. She walked past our frozen crew like she was strolling through a garden. When she reached our admiral, she touched his forehead and he could move again. Just him. She asked him a single question. Why do predators hunt prey? What did he answer? Ambassador Threll asked. He said, because they're hungry. And she smiled. Humans have this way of smiling that can mean 1,000 things. And she said, exactly. We are not your prey. We never will be. And if you force us to prove it, we will show you what happens when the prey decides to hunt back. Zekthor deactivated the hologram. She released our ships, sent us home without a scratch, without a casualty, but she sent us home changed. Every member of every crew now carries a mark, invisible to all technology, visible only to each other. A reminder, and the knowledge that humans could have destroyed us but chose mercy instead. And now you understand, the elder said softly. Their isolation is not weakness. No, Zekthor agreed. It's mercy. Humanity has evolved beyond the need for empire. They don't want to rule the galaxy. They want to ensure the galaxy never forces them to. Every species that has ever threatened them has been subdued without violence, sent home to spread the same message I spread now. He looked at each council member in turn. No species dares enter human space because those who tried learned a terrible truth. Humanity doesn't need weapons to be dangerous. They need only the will to survive, and the creativity to redefine survival itself. The chamber remained silent long after Zekthor departed, each representative contemplating the border on their star maps. That 100-light-year sphere of space that had become the galaxy's most profound mystery and its most respected boundary. In that darkness, humanity waited, watching, learning, growing, not as conquerors but as something far more terrifying, a species that had mastered the art of potential without ever needing to prove it. And the galaxy, for once, was wise enough to leave well enough alone.